What's up there, Internet peoples? Matt from Southern Motorwerks here, and today we're doing an oil change on the XC70 real quick. And bear with us, we're figuring this out. It's our very first live stream here, all right? So hopefully everything goes off without a hitch. But we wanted to show you all how easy it is to do your own oil change right here in your driveway. So that being said, we're not doing it on the concrete anywhere or any sort of special tools. We just got us a set of lifts. We got our new oil filter over here, and we got a big drain pan, and all you need is a basic set of sockets or a wrench here. It's a 17 millimeter under there. So you do need either an oil filter wrench or just a set of pliers like we're going to use. Try not to scratch up the housing on the oil filter there too much, but let's go on ahead and get into it. We'll show you how easy it is here and how little time it takes to do your own oil change, save a little bit of money. All right. So like we said, first thing you're going to need 17 millimeter, just some basic 17 mil or basic metric sockets rather. We moved the car over here, so this oil is probably a little on the warm side. So you got your oil pan right here. Don't mess with this on this side. That's your transmission. We ain't taking nothing off there. This is your oil pan on this side on a P2 Volvo. This is the 2.5T turbo engine, inline 5-cylinder. All right. Get her coming loose. Be ready for that oil to come out, especially if it's warm. You want to try to avoid getting it on your hands as much as possible, because even through a set of gloves, it gets pretty warm on there. Ready? There we go, just like that. There's your oil drain plug. You want to clean this off with a rag or paper towel or something like that. You know, in our case, probably your pant leg, you know. And you're going to want to make sure you move your drain pan a little bit around, because it's going to start out way over here, and as the oil lessens in it, it's going to move much further forward. All right, we'll let that drain for a little bit. Let's go clean this drain plug off. All right, I think got some rags in the back here. Of course, all of our shop rags and everything are way out back because we're back there working on the C230 project. We'll have a full video of that coming up soon here. Oh, you know what? That's that one that had all that sand in it. That's probably a bad idea. Bunch of sand on it from when we went and picked up the bumper for the C230. Just wash that off there real quick. Warm out today, boy. When we went and picked up the bumper for the C230 project, it was pretty well covered in mud and whatnot. It had just rained. I feel like my beard keeps hitting this mic here. Let's move this a little bit. I'm going to call that a little better there. All right, so we got our drain plug all cleaned up. We'll leave that up here on top so we don't lose it in the grass nowhere. In the meantime, let's grab our pliers over here. Go ahead and get that oil filter off. We'll show y'all what that's going to look like. So as you can see, we're just about done draining out of the oil pan already over here. So let that keep doing its thing and kind of mosey this drain pan over here so we can catch any bit of oil that comes out of the oil filter housing here. That doesn't take much because these oil filters ain't super tight. Don't need to be. There we go. You get them in there. See what we're looking at there? It's gonna come out all the way around it, so you just be aware of it. Yeah, they were starting to leak out a little bit. If you're gentle with it, you can kind of lean it to one side and get most of it to come out on the one side and not soak your hand and run all down your forearm and into your armpit and, you know, generally make things unpleasant. Alright, let's see if we can go ahead and get it out of there. There we go. Get a little bit on your hand, but it's not much. You know, it's good for the skin, you know, moisturizing. No? That oil filter should stay up in the housing there while you drain it off. Shouldn't immediately fall out of there. So we'll just let it sit there and finish draining. Try not to let the wind blow the oil all back at you. Should be about done there, down to a couple little drops, so we'll call that good. Let's take it over here off to the side and we'll get it cleaned up. Let me run and grab some paper towels real quick. So we can maybe not get sand all over it. Dork. Rags acquired. All right. Oh, all right. So we'll clean this up real good here. See the old tractor up here in the garage with our new flail mower. She needs an alternator, so she's been setting up for a couple days here. So we haven't made it to town to get one yet. But other than that, she's doing good. All right. So like I said, your oil filter is just going to pop right out of there. Maybe. This one's being stubborn. We used a different oil filter last time. There it goes. Goodness gracious. Usually the mans don't get stuck in there like that. This is a Molly, as you can see, which, you know, I think is generally probably just as good of an oil filter, but we've never had the mans get stuck in there that hardcore. Pour this in the drain pan. All right. Now what I like to do is just make sure that the housing is as clean as can be on the outside, then try to get most of the old oil out of the bottom of the filter housing, just to make sure that there's not any residual gunk or anything like that in there that you're going to be reintroducing to the system after you do your oil change. So it looks like we're in pretty good shape there. Of course, this thing she doesn't really get a whole lot of sludge. You know, this old girl's got about 263,000 miles on it now. We daily drive the thing about 65 miles every day. And whenever I do oil changes, they're just as clean as can be still. You know, say what you want to, but these old Volvos, especially the 2.5 inline 5-cylinder engine, is just friggin' loyal, you know. All right, so let's get the, there's an O-ring on there. You want to make sure you get that off, replace it with a new one that comes in your oil filter kit, because if it doubles, if you put the second one on there and don't remove the other one, it definitely will not seal. Whenever we first got the vehicle, we, it's kind of a rookie mistake, but we had a couple times where we struggled to get the oil filter housing to seal up good, and I couldn't figure it out and thought I was doing it wrong. Well, I mean, we were doing it wrong, but, and finally, after about the third oil change on it, we looked at it and I realized that The original oil filter O-ring was on there. Somebody had left it on there, and it was really smashed down in this channel here, and that's why we couldn't even see it. So that's what it should look like when you get done. All right. As always, got us a good man fleece filter from Germany here. Part number for your 2.5Ts and these XC70s is going to be HU819X. In case anybody needs it. Like I said, new oil filter. Comes with a new O-ring. You're going to want to make sure you get that on there. Get it on there all the way. Have it fight you on your first live stream. That's a must as a mechanic and YouTuber. These don't matter front to back. There's no top to bottom. It's, as you can see, it's exactly the same. I always just put the writing up at the top. So, yeah, it's my OCD. So what you're going to look for whenever you go to put it in there, you're going to hear a little pop. Just like that, a little thunk whenever it sits down on that center shaft in there. And that means it's fully seated and you're good to go. We'll go ahead and put this back up in there first. Oh, you know what? Taking wipe off the underneath of the engine here. Not really necessary, you know, especially if you're up north. That's just rust prevention. But as we're back down south, we can keep things a little bit cleaner, or attempt to anyway. So we'll wipe off the underneath of that oil pan there real good. All right. Now what I like to do, we're going to irritate half the internet like this. The other half will appreciate it. Use a little bit of your motor oil and just lube up that O-ring real good on there before you go trying to put it back in. That's the way my daddy always did it. That's the way I do it. Never failed me yet. All right, so we're just gonna screw it right on back up in there. And it's pretty hard to mess up this part. You just go until it bottoms out, snug it up. That's all she wrote. There you go. Feel that little jerk? It's sealed up, and I always just give it just a little crank, and you're good to go. That's all sealed up. Grab our drain plug from the top side here. Again, make sure we got it cleaned off all good, and nothing, no sort of residual trash on it. Wipe off the last of our drip there. Go ahead and reinstall your drain plug. Oh, wait. Now you want to be careful. Don't cross thread this or something like that. That would be disastrous. Wipe off your hand that inevitably got dripped on. That last little bit there. Alright, take your ratchet, flip it back to tighten. And all you're going to do, see that's, we'll loosen it again so we can show you all there. So we got it loose, snug, that just bottomed out right there, and then all I do is just give it a little, just a little torque after that. That's all you need. You don't need 47 ugga-duggas on there, just guten tight. That's all you need, okay? No reason to put 200 foot-pounds of torque on the oil drain plug there. So let's pull our oil out. Just to show y'all what I was talking about here. Now, I mean, look at this. This is 5,000 miles on this old girl. Over 250,000 miles on it. Still good viscosity in that oil. That's full synthetic. and an engine that don't like to burn oil. She's running pretty healthy for the age of it. All right, so we'll come back up here topside now. Never mind all the dust in the engine bay. Dirt roads, you know, it's hard to keep them clean. So right in the center of your 5-cylinder engine here on these Volvos, that's your oil filler cap. Got our full synthetic Mobil 1 0W40. This is what we use in all of our Euro vehicles. Never seems to fail. Every once in a while we'll throw some liquid moly in there, but to be honest, we're running some of that in my Mercedes, and I'm not a big fan of it. It seems a little thin, so we're going to go back to the 040 next time. Oh, you know what? We're going to need a funnel. Yo, hold tight. I'll be right back with a funnel. All right, makeshift funnels for the win. You know, why spend money on a shovel? And you can just cut up a bottle real quick, like. Does the exact same job. You know, inflation's up, guys. Okay, the cost of everything's up. We gotta cut corners where we can, right? Ta-da! All right. So, oil capacity on these, according to the owner's manual, 6.1 quarts with a filter change. So, we're gonna go ahead and we've got one of those big 12-quart boxes, right, of the Mobil 1 oil. We got it on a special deal. It was on clearance because nobody else here in the Panhandle drives German vehicles, apparently. The Euro oil don't sell very good at the local Walmart, so we got it for like half off. But there's no measurement on them things. That's the only reason why I don't like them. So what we did was we took one of our old oil jugs here and we filled it up, measured it out. So this will be 5 quarts. We'll fill it back up with another quart after this, and that'll be our 6.1 quarts here. So we went a little past the 5-quart mark on this. So plus with any residual oil that's in the engine, we'll call that 6.1 quarts. I'm sure it'll be fine. All right, fill up one more quart in there. It's a warm one out today, y'all. Stay hydrated. Okay. Where are we at there? Yeah. All right. Right about there. We'll call it good. That gives us just a hair over a quart. So we're going to call that good. And what we'll do, obviously, is we'll check the oil level on this afterwards, you know, just to make sure we got it 100% good. We don't take no chances with the old girl. All right. Obviously, with it up on these ramps, not really going to get an accurate oil level, but she's close to being right in the middle there. Once we back her off, it'll come up a little bit on that. All right. So much dust. All right. Everything good under there? No oil pouring out? All right. We're all set. We go crank her up. Oh. Spilled a little bit. Hey, look, we just renewed the plastic in that little spot right there. All right, y'all. That's all there is to it. As you can see, it was pretty well easy, right? So make sure you dispose of your old oil properly. Most of your local parts houses will take care of that for you. As long as it's under like 5 gallons or something, I think. That's just all there is to it. I know this live stream wasn't even very long. That's how quickly you can get it done in your driveway, save yourself a little bit of money, and make sure you're getting good quality oil in your vehicles and whatnot. So I appreciate anybody that was watching, and we'll see y'all on the next one. Full video for the C230 coming out soon, so y'all make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you can get your alerts when that comes out. And y'all have a good one out there. We'll see you on the next one, all right?